Yeah. Okay, the title's true. Kinda. I have a covert narcissist trying to reel me in. How do I begin with this? She kind of caught me off guard. Yes and no, kinda. The whole thing is about boundaries, right? So I already know ahead of time, knowing her from the gym. I don't know, since I came back from LA, maybe 4 years ago, 4 years. And she came up to me today, and I basically gave her my number, because we kind of clicked in the way she brought, I don't know, she brought up narcissism. She said something about she left her husband or whatever, and she started talking, and she was talking about narcissism, and she's like, do you know that and all that? And I said, yeah, I have a YouTube channel and an Instagram page on that. And then it was like a click, and then she started talking, and it was interesting. And I know she takes up my space, right? And she even asked me, and I said, well, sometimes if it's people are always trying to, I said, you always trying to talk to people, trying to get people to listen, people do that. I just kind of back away a little bit, because I'm not into just people telling me their shit, unless I see that they, there's sort of an effort made to progress, you know what I mean? Because I've been to a few, before getting with a therapist, and even before that, going to a relationship therapy school to work on myself. I'd gone to 2 other places. One was called Recovery. The other one was called CBT, Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. They're not therapists who run these programs. It's just like it's kind of like an AA meeting. I've never been to one, but it's like peer group thing, and you have a set of rules how to follow. Recovery is by Dr. Lau, I think his name is, or Low, L-O-W, or L-A-W, or L-A-O, from Chicago. And it's Recovery International. If you want to look it up on Instagram, that's the only thing I'm following, because they got good proverbs to follow. Good, what do they call it when you pat yourself on the back? I forget now, because I stopped going there, but I did recall it temporarily when I posted some things on the Instagram. But the point being is that during the issue I had with that group was people weren't evolving, you know what I mean? They just went there to complain and whine, and people were kind of stuck in that headspace. That wasn't good for me. It's not good for anybody, That's a form of narcissism. Like, you're wanting people to just listen to you vomit on them, you know what I mean? That's, in my opinion, covert narcissism, and that's kind of a little bit what I see in this lady. And she has a severe weight problem and eating problem. She had talked to me a few months ago saying she's now on a keto diet, and she started to lose weight and this, and I didn't see it. And now when she comes up and tells me it's her husband who was making her do that. So, but she's like, we should meet and talk, and talk about over lunch and stuff like that. I'm like, sure, I'll give you my number. But I was pretty honest. I was like, when's the best time to call you? I'm like, I don't answer the phone. I don't listen to my voicemails, and I don't answer the phone. Since my businesses, I stopped that. And I wasn't doing it beforehand, but for the businesses I was doing that, and then I just kind of shut it off. And I've done that years before. I mean, it's avoidance strategy, but also you text me or you contact me on Instagram or YouTube, those things. Sometimes Facebook, but not even Facebook. And that's that. and she's like old fashioned. She wants to talk on the phone and stuff. I'm like, I don't. Like sometimes I just want to stay away from things and people and all that. You know what I mean? If I feel that I'm being engulfed. So, pulling back from the scenario, I'm like, okay, I kind of feel, I gave her my number, you know. It's not like I'm saying no, it's just like I'm setting my boundaries. It's like she calls me and she wants to talk now and go to dinner now. That's not going to happen with me. First of all, I'm not fucking you. So I don't have that urge to go right out and do that. You caught me and you've been coming up to me all the time. I try to kind of like stay out of your line of fire. But it was kind of a good conversation that kind of dragged long, and it was just you showing me how your ex-husband or ex-husband was a narcissist, and I talked a bit about myself, you know, violent childhood and all that crap. But still, don't try to suck me in. So, I got a text from her. Wait, hold on. She says I won't say her name. She says it's blah blah from the gym. Can we talk? With 2 question marks. So that's it. So that was about a half hour ago. I'm still working on my Fiverr project, so I'm not taking care of that. Sometimes I'll text the guy. I'm gonna see him tomorrow. At least we set a time, you know what I mean? That's more my style for these types of things. A few times he has been over spontaneously. He came to visit me at, he's actually messaging me now. But, because I feel more comfortable around him. So, that's the main difference. Not so sure about that one. I mean, I may have been at a weak point, but I think the challenge for me is to set my boundaries and say, look, this is the way it is, otherwise it's not going to happen. So it will be a lesson for me and a challenge for me. I mean, I felt like listening to her today, so until I said, well, I gotta finish my workout. 20 minutes in. So, yeah, we'll see how I handle this. But she hasn't worked on herself at all. She says she has a friend to talk to. I'm like, well, you have someone to talk to. That's cool. You know, until you start figuring things out and you don't get involved in things quickly and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, obviously, I was very blunt at certain things. So then I thought afterwards, like, other things I could have said, but there's no point in it. So, that's it. I just wanted to lay that out there. Yeah. Wish me luck on that. I mentioned to her that, you know, you can't keep calling everyone a narcissist and all that. I mean, we all have narcissistic traits. I mean, a lot of societies and cultures are more and more narcissistic. And you can't diagnose anyone with NPD because that takes a psychiatrist. And they have to cover 5 out of 9 criteria to be called a narcissist, have narcissistic personality disorder. But that word is being thrown around a lot, and I put it in my titles, obviously. But it's like I feel she's like at that phase that she it's new to her. So I don't know. Alright. I will talk to you later.